Good morning, Galaxies. I'm Durgan Kale.
I'm Ace.
Ismir isn't here right now due to threats on his life by rebels, but if you would like to leave a message...
And you're receiving the SUNRUNNER Signal. Back on the 31st, we saw the Chapter 8.1 patch release, which fixed a number of problems, including the bugged hitboxes in the ARC 170 and N1 starfighters.
Right, and talk is already beginning to spin up on profession update threads on the spy and smuggler boards, which are pointing to the changes coming up in Chapter 9.
We found one snippet posted by Locke stating that one of the new additions will be a 15-second action regen buff for spies, which will allow them to use their Alpha Strike, regenerate action quickly, and continue f***ing you over.
Hold on guys, I gotta log on my spy.
But we'll have more on the upcoming changes in our interview later in the episode. Well, if you read the show notes, you probably noticed that the Signal is evolving yet again. We're now welcoming Heslo Upakan, Lona Valamari, and Keswick Primal along for the ride as hosts of The Big Boom. This new segment is delivered with role players in mind, but we haven't forgotten the other side of the crowd, the PvPers. That's why we're currently planning a third show under the SUNRUNNER Signal banner. TSS Backdraft will cover all the battles, dogfights, guild wars, base raids, city hijacks, clone camps, and trash talk that our PvPers can throw at it. This will even include live and uncut debates between rivals and commentated footage on the fights that start in and the drama. The Smolder Report will cover all the major engagements from the past week, as well as upcoming planned ones and the powder kegs waiting to happen. Following closely will be The Grill, a live and uncut debate segment where rival guilds and players come together to peacefully reconcile their... No. Come on now, what fun would that be? Those that come on this show will do so to go at their enemies with a vengeance. It's both the battle and the flame war televised. For every episode of this new show, each side will need to popularly choose one person to represent them on the grill. We'll be posting threads during the week leading up to each show for people to vote on who they want to see go at it for their faction. Expect further details leading up to our next episode. In the meantime, we'd like to mention one PvP event that's just occurred on SUNRUNNER. On Saturday, February 2nd at 9:30 Eastern, Nicola kicked off Battle of the Behemoths, an organized deep space engagement attended by a number of fully crewed gunships and a host of smaller fighters. A second event is scheduled for next Saturday, February 9th, also at 9:30 Eastern.
As some of you have noticed, we've been having problems getting the Ask Ace threads working right. It seems that we either have a bunch of people nominating themselves for Genius of the Day, or Flame Wars getting the questions deleted before they can be used in an episode. It's for this reason that we've developed the Psi Helm.
Oh no.
Here's how it works. While wearing this, I can predict the good questions ahead of time and answer them while filming.
Did they bug test it yet?
For example, one of you is currently thinking that we're going to make some lame helmet joke.
Not a chance. We at the Signal would never stoop to such depths, and instead we're committed to bringing you the finest and...
Yes, it is unbelievably huge. Oh, she's really hot.
Are you sure this thing's a good idea, Ace?
No, I don't shave them. No, I don't want to date your grandmother. Help. This one's picturing her grandmother naked. Help, get it off.
Jeez, this is worse than the thread. Dear Ace, if you have 2 or more spies in PvP, are they overpowered?
Oh, come on.
Dear Ace, PvP is starting to get somewhat boring and repetitive. How can we make it more interesting?
Very simple, guys. Have everyone on vent grab a bottle of their favorite liquor and a shot glass. Every time the rebels whine or say they're not ready, everyone takes a shot. This is guaranteed to make your PvP experience much more interesting. Or at least you get so drunk you won't even care anymore.
Dear Ace, is it right for Ismir to talk about rebels sucking at PvP when he knows absolutely nothing about ground PvP or factions whatsoever?
Well, let's turn this over to the Brit. Is, what do you gotta say for yourself?
You know, that's a good point. I mean, when I stop and think about it, it's inexcusable that I would sully the fine traditions of journalism in this way. After all, what other self-respecting human being would dare broadcast their thoughts on things they know nothing about? Yep, that's gonna cost me my visa.
If you've got a question you'd like to ask Ace, please send it to any of us here via forum, PM, or in-game email. And now for Ismir's segment. What have you got, Is?
Thank you, Durgan. This episode I'd like to address the very serious problem that can happen when an online relationship goes too far, and we, as a very young digital society, have no developed techniques for ending it without causing pain and heartache.
Thank God this is your segment and not mine.
Well, I think there's room on our show to help people through difficult emotional mazes of online relationships in an understanding way. Besides, whenever I do the sex thing, you guys shoot me in the face.
Well, this almost sounds helpful, Is.
Thank you, Durgan, I thought so. So, this week, Ismir of the Unbound presents Ending Cybers for Dummies, or Get This Bitch Off My D***.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Well, that's all we got for today. Be sure to check our thread in the forums for the links to the second show, The Big Boom, covering all your role-play and events news. You'll also find a link to download an audio file where we interviewed Sony Online's producer for Star Wars Galaxy's Lauren Deadmeat Jameson, and were rewarded with a wealth of information about the future of the game. And, of course, keep an eye out on the Sunrunner board for posts about recruiting for TSS Backdraft, coming in the next episode. From Sunrunner's Empire, the Red Dragon Platoon, and the only server worth playing on, I'm Durgan Kale. Galaxies, keep logging in.
Right, and talk is already beginning to spin up on an under, round, up, down, baby, like a record, right, baby, round, round. How many prepositions are in the script?
Hey, yes, do you have an MP3 of the Benny Hill theme?
Who the f*** listens to Benny Hill music for fun?
Everyone? What the heck? Freaking hat's lagging me out. It's bugged. Can't get it off. Come on, guys. Ace, what did you do?
Dude, you're naked!